What I'm about to break down for you right now is the exact reason why girls are always falling for bad boys, and why, despite your best efforts, you're failing at making the kind of connection that you want with women. So listen, if you've ever felt frustrated or confused because your nice guy approach isn't working, you're not alone. But by the end of this video, you're going to understand the psychological reasons behind attraction and how you're going to be able to attract us so easily, it's going to feel like mind control. Now, here's the hard truth about being the nice guy. It doesn't make you memorable, and it doesn't excite her. It doesn't make her heart race, and it certainly doesn't make you stand out. Women don't reject nice guys because they're kind. They reject them, honestly, because they're boring. Now, these so-called bad boys or chads aren't winning because they're just jerks. They're winning because they understand something about attraction that most men don't. So we need to stop blaming women for wanting the wrong guys and start looking at what they're actually responding to. Now, the secret isn't being mean or manipulative. It's about projecting a kind of confidence and playfulness that's got a little bit of edge to it. Now, this is where a concept called negging comes in. Now, before you start freaking out at the word, let me clarify. It's not about insulting anyone. And by the end of this, I'm going to explain exactly what negging is and why it's the secret sauce to building attraction rapidly. Now, first let's start with why the nice guy strategy doesn't work. When you're overly agreeable and consistently validating her and afraid to express your own opinions, it doesn't come across as kindness. It comes across as neediness. What you're essentially doing is putting her on a pedestal. You might have fallen into the trap where you think that women want to be treated like a queen, but the truth is what they want is for you to be the one in power. You see, women are biologically wired to look for traits that signal strength and confidence so that they can be taken care of. Being overly nice can signal the complete opposite of that. If she feels like she can walk all over you and get what she wants, she won't feel protected. And at worst, she will use you for a free drink or a meal. But until you start putting her in her place, you'll never put her in the bedroom. Now think about it like this. When a guy agrees to everything she says, never challenges her, it doesn't feel exciting. There's no tension, there's no spark, there's no chemistry. And on top of that, if you're the guy who's consistently giving her compliments, you'll never stand out. Loads of guys are telling her that she's pretty every day, so don't be another one of those amongst the crowd. Now, let's get into negging. This is one of the most misunderstood concepts in dating and seduction. When people hear this word, they usually think it's about tearing someone down, and it's not. When negging is done right, it's a playful form of teasing. It's a way to show that you're not putting her on a pedestal, and it sets you apart from the other guys who are too afraid to say anything that might ruffle some feathers. For example, there was a gorgeous girl that I used to hang out with all the time. She had very blonde hair, and so were her eyebrows. Her eyebrows were so blonde that you could hardly see them. So I'd always comment and tease her, saying, "How will we ever know if you're angry or surprised because we can't see your eyebrows?" Now this was a simple, playful way of teasing her, and it showed that I was confident enough to poke a little bit of fun at her without worrying about her reaction. And no surprise at all, it worked really well. I'll explain my favorite way to frame negging later on, and I'll give you a trick to make this seduction trick absolutely effortless. But first, let's get into why playful teasing works. It triggers something called emotional contrast. When you tease her in a light-hearted way, you're creating tension. And when that tension is followed by laughter or a smile, it creates a release of dopamine. That feel-good chemical in the brain, she is going to relate it to you. That dopamine is going to be addictive. So by teasing her, she will become addicted to you. And this is why girls love the bad boys with good banter or good chat. Now, let me be clear. There's a right way and a wrong way to do this. The goal is not to insult her or make her feel bad about herself. Negging only works when it's playful and obviously light-hearted. So if you take it too far, you're going to come across as rude or insecure, and that is the exact opposite of what we want. So make sure that you keep it playful, read the room, and balance it out. You might need to give her a compliment at the end if you feel like you've gone a bit too far with it. Just make sure that you find that sweet spot. So for example, if you tease her about her glasses and say that she looks like Chicken Little, if you feel like you took that a bit too far, just say, "Don't worry, I think you're a pretty cute chicken." Now on to my favorite way to frame this. Whenever you're trying to neg someone, think that you're trying to wind up your little sister. Having this mindset makes negging fall into place so easily. You can even say that you're going to friend zone her for a little moment by saying, "You're so easy to wind up, you're like the little sister I never had." Trust me, I've never had a bad reaction to that, and everything just falls into place so easily. Playful teasing or negging can be an absolute game changer to your seduction life. Just start small, practice by being a little bit playful in your conversations, don't be afraid to poke fun, and most importantly, remember that attraction isn't about pretending to be someone you're not, it's about becoming your most confident, authentic version of yourself. And if you found this helpful, hit that like button, drop a comment below, and let me know your biggest takeaway. And don't forget to subscribe because we are just getting started.